Sierra. Sure smells pretty. Okay, so all night in Astro, we were working really hard. Grid workers, confirmation, grid workers, and frequency holders. So they wanted me to put that down for the title because they want you to know just how special this quantum entanglement process is. So if you guys didn't get a chance to look that up yesterday, we're going to go ahead and look it up for you. Quantum entanglement. Quantum entanglement is a phenomenon where two or more particles become linked, sharing a single quantum state, regardless of the distance separating them. When one entangled particle is measured, its state is instantly known, and this instantaneously determines the state of the other entangled particles. This spooky action at a distance, as Einstein called it, does not allow for faster than light communication, but it is a real, experimentally verified aspect of quantum mechanics, with applications in quantum computing and cryptography, which I didn't say the last word, cryptography. So that was a mouthful. What does that mean in English? Well, it means that two or more particles can be linked, which is you and your ancient one, okay? And all of us that are the collective. And we're entangling everybody. We're doing the grid work. We're doing the frequency holding. And Seraphin said 2037 this was supposed to go on. So we're way ahead of schedule. So I'm just supposed to explain that little bit to you guys because Astro, your guides, your higher self, they're just so proud of us. So we have to keep it higher. We have to keep it going. We have to finish this movie. Okay? Then also about the lion and the virgin. Everybody's getting their parts. Everybody's coming together collectively and figuring out who and where they want to place themselves in the last part of this movie. So it is just going awesome. Everything's going just how it's supposed to go. Okay? And you guys are getting an A+. Now, the second thing is the shorts I did yesterday. We had the extended was only 15 seconds, and it was the Knight of Cups. That's action and love. It also talked about young David, and they want you to look up young David. Not old David, young David. His story has a great meaning. Then we did an afternoon shorts called Runaway by Jefferson Starship. And they're basically telling you that St. Michael was saying that the person you're thinking about is trustworthy, but then it got changed by 17, the human cat, and he pushed the card over into detach from the situation. He kept pushing it with his paw. He also knocked down on my feet the card that said, decide to be happy now. So take it how you want, but you want to check out the last two shorts because they were an extended to yesterday's video. And the two cards that didn't get much play in the shorts was about admitting the truth to yourself. So again, you know, my videos are explaining the energy. They're talking about Astro a lot, okay? Astro is where it's all happening. But in the movie here, in this 4D reality that we're living in, hopefully you're not in any 3D, that's Matrix. Hopefully you're only in 4D walking around in a physical avatar on this planet, okay? So what we want to do is we want to detach from anybody that's toxic. any situation that's toxic, that's bringing your vibration down. We can't have low vibration. This is for grid workers and frequency holders. This is for the big guys. This is for the Top Guns. Good movie, Top Guns. If you've never seen it, old movie, great movie. Tom Cruise is in there, huh? Okay, once again, we separate the people from the movie, and we separate the message from the movie. What I mean by that is a lot of these people that we're seeing in these movies are bad people, or they sold their soul, or they're pedophile-ish people, right? That doesn't mean the movie is bad. And then when we watch a movie and we're getting the message from the movie, get the message from the movie. Don't worry so much about, oh, I didn't like this part, or this part sucked, or this is boring. Try to get the message from the movie, okay? Yesterday's movie that I watched was The Day After Tomorrow. I've watched that movie, confirmation. That was a movie that I've watched several times about the earth and how the weather affects us. You step outside and they were froze to death. All the water came from the ocean into the city. Good movie, The Day After Tomorrow. Just letting you know that anything can happen. We only have this moment and this day and this hour. So we're going to go in the other room and we're going to pull some fresh cards. We're going to do a fresh reading. But if you didn't do your homework with quantum entanglement, we want to go back and study that. I did read the definition because they said a lot of people don't know what it means and they did not look it up. And we really want to be doing our homework on this channel. If you know, great, okay? Then go deeper into that energy. But if you don't know, either get off the channel or do your homework. Because this is a channel for knowing the energy right now so that we can do our best in these physical avatars, because our real home really is an astral, okay? And you're getting an A+ doing the grid work and the frequency holding. So let's go ahead and go in the other room. All right. I'm always changing things around. I put the pretty lights back up. I'm going to take my lights back out and put them up because I love lights. Okay, let's see what we got going on in here. Going to do a nice fresh reading. And I want to say hi to Cyrus, and I think it's Marcella and Genevieve. Thanks for being on the live. We got a brand new reading to start today. So we're going to go ahead, and this is the Miss Mystic deck. It's my own deck that I made. So let's go ahead and see what they have to tell us today. There was already a lot said. I talked for about 9 minutes, huh? But important stuff all night long. I woke up a couple times saying, I am not getting any sleep. I am so busy working here in Astro. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have open new doors. Okay, open new doors. And do it in the Page of Pentacles energy, which is all about ambition, skills, action. We have victory, 9 of Wands, over the wolves in sheep's clothing. So we didn't talk too much last night about my big bruise here, that was when somebody grabbed me. That was their thumbprint. We didn't talk too much about the moon energy, the illusions, the stuff that's going on, the hidden truths, the unknown. Face your fears, mystery. Because the victory's already over. That was past. Bruises are from the past. That's a big bruise. Victory over the wolves in sheep's clothing because we were determined and we pushed beyond our limits. When we push beyond our limits with the Nine of Wands, the illusions come to light. See, it's kind of like you saw me put these lights on. You saw me put the lights in this room and how it lit up. If there were cockroaches, they would have scattered, right? Well, there's no cockroaches here, but if I would take my flashlight and go down and show St. Michael and show everybody, look at all the cockroaches, they ran in this crack, right? Well, then we go into that crack and we clean it out. So you can run, but you can't hide. You're on a Six of Swords journey. You're moving on. And what are you moving on to? Your Page of Cups, with the dreams and the unexpected events that are going to be happening. The only thing they want you to not worry about, but the only thing they want you to be careful on is being too sensitive. And Lee had mentioned yesterday in a comment that is one of her downfalls, that she's too sensitive. This is not a faint for heart mission. This is somebody that needs to be in the Six of Swords energy. You have a rite of passage. You have to be in the Nine of Wands energy where you're determined. The Page of Pentacles energy where you're very ambitious. We are showing everybody the hidden truths with the moon energy, and we're opening new doors. That's what grid workers and frequency holders do. Past is the past, lessons learned. Okay, top of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Most love I can pull from the deck. Love is the answer, okay? And the Three of Cups, which is friendships, third parties, celebrations, communication, okay? So we're going into the love mode, and we have to be high frequency holders. You really have to. And if you don't know what frequency holders are or grid workers, you are them in the other realms, the other dimensions, and you are them here. We're timeline shifters, timeline jumpers. You just may not know it because your memory gets gone, but everything's being activated. You're going to start listening to me and start knowing exactly what I'm saying. Rebecca and Carolina, hello on the live. Okay, your DNA is being activated right now tremendously, especially this week. Okay, if you haven't been listening to Chosen Chronicles, please do. Seraphine, she explains it all in, I want to say college talk, but deeper talk than me, okay? So definitely check her station out. I'm trying to give it to you in as layman terms as I can, but our DNA is being activated. That's what's going on. I want to get my favorite deck here, the Mage Tarot deck. And randomly at the bottom, we have the Four of Swords. We have been healed, okay? We've been healed, and we're ready to continue our movie, continue our mission. It's kind of just repeating itself. I told you most of it in the first 9 minutes, but Steve from Steve's Love Tarot said we should lay low for the next few days, and I think that's a great idea because we're just really being downloaded with activations. Not yesterday, not last night. I told you what we were doing last night, but the night before, when I got my big bruise here, my body was just on fire with electric. So if you're feeling weird sensations, headaches, dizziness, don't freak out and run to the doctor, because it's all your DNA being activated. Okay, let's get a few more cards and we'll close this up, because there's not a whole lot to say except you're getting an A+ in Astro, and your physical avatar is being upgraded. Okay? You have to get a new perspective on things. We got a kitty cat jumped in. We have to get a new perspective, the Hanged Man, okay? And that's the truth, because St. Michael's Sword of Truth and the Hanged Man. That's the Ace of Swords telling you that everything's going to start being new. You're going to really start knowing who you are. When I say young David and old David from the Bible is the stories they want you to look up, you're going to be reading that story and you're going to know exactly who you are in that story. Whether you're young David, whether you're the knight, whether you're the page. Okay, so you got one of these? Okay, there you go. He likes to play with the rubber bands. So get a new perspective on the truth. That's what your DNA is doing. Your DNA is being activated so you can find out who the real you is. And tower moments are happening, not only with your body, but everywhere. So you're going to find out that there was an earthquake, there was a volcano, right? There was, oh, just you name it. Stores around here are closing left and right. Businesses are going out. People are going to jail. Every day should be exciting for you. It should not be bleak. Towers are everywhere. So you got the Hanged Man, the Ace of Swords, and the Tower. And then it goes straight to the Victory card. Now that was how the moon looked last night, the night before. And that might have been some of you out there saying, Yahoo, right? And what card is this? This is the Three of Wands. We had a Three of Cups and a Three of Wands, didn't we? Yep, right here's the Three of Cups, Three of Wands. Very significant. And then we have the King of Dynamism. The King of Dynamism is the King of Hearts, right? King of Cups? No, I said the King of Cups, but it's the King of Swords. So that goes right along with Michael. It felt like a King of Cups big time, because he's sitting there with his rose and he's sitting in front of the castle, and I'm drawn to the wings behind him. But that's St. Michael's Sword of Truth. So it's all about truth, okay? It's all about taking care of the wolves in sheep's clothing, the cockroaches that ran in the walls, right? It's victory over them. It's having a new perspective. The towers are falling everywhere. And there's the Empress. The Empress with the Wheel of Fortune, with the wolf on the stick. So it's just repeating itself. It's right back to justice being played out with the wolves in sheep's clothing. Wolf on the stick, right? Nine of Wands. Wheel of Fortune with the Empress. That's been coming out all week in Steve's readings. We have the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Truth. So now the king found his queen and the kitty jumped back up. So we've got the queen, two queens. Queen of Truth, Queen of Cups. And the last card out is the Lovers. So the kings and the queens are coming together. The kings and the queens are coming together. I guess Kitty wants to come on there. Okay, you can say hi. You like them cards? Okay, and you want to play, don't you? Okay, here it is. Here it is. Ready? Go get it. There you go. There's the rubber band. So that's what the king and the queen want to do. They want to play. Yep, they like to play. So let's take the high priestess as the last card there out. All right. And we had the king and the queen. They were playing together. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. With the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups were mentioned. Okay, you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you guys for listening. I love you.